Good day and welcome to Customer Effects Training Snippets. My name is Dale Richter and our training today is going to be about creating new contacts and accounts in the SalesLogix web client. I've pulled up my web client here and currently we're looking at a contact screen, and to create new contacts I'm going to go right up here on the top of the screen and click on my new icon. You'll see here we have several choices: new account / contact, new account, or new lead. Remember that our contacts and our leads actually sit separately in separate tables. So first we need to make that decision whether we're going to create a contact or a lead. In this case we're going to create contacts and consequently accounts also. And then the other option here is to create just an account. If you were to create an account, this is for something like you see a business across the street, you haven't met anybody or know any names from that account yet, so you can simply put the account in without any contact names associated with it. But for our training here, we're going to look at creating contacts and accounts, so I'm going to click on the first option here. When I do that, it brings up my Insert Contact / Account dialog box, and up in the top here in the contact field I'm just going to put in the contact's name, and we do have a pencil over to the right side of that field. If I click on that pencil, you'll see that we actually have separate fields that we can put into, so we can actually use prefixes here like Mr., Mrs., Ms., or Doctor, and we have a middle and last name and a suffix field. Now be cautious with the middle and last name here, so if you have names like Van Buren or McDonald, make sure that the entire last name gets put into the last name field and the correct middle name or middle initial, if you have it, gets put into the middle name field. If it's a very simple name like Robert Jones, we can just type it right in this box here and leave it as Robert Jones. Now it is nice to use the Mr., Mrs., Ms. just because that also helps us with genderless names. So if we have a name we don't know whether it's male or female, using the Mr., Mrs., Ms. Helps us decipher that. I'm going to go ahead and type in my account here. And then I have an email address field. A website. And then I can put in the work phone here. And of course this is all fictitious information here. So once I've done that, there is a checkbox here to automatically search after the phone's filled in. So if I check that this time, each time I come in to insert a new contact or account, it will automatically search once I put that phone number in. Otherwise, I can simply click on Look for Matching Records here, and it's going to go out and search by email address, website, phone, contact, and account. So, and I can click on Match Which Filters here. Now, the nice thing about this screen here is you'll notice on the top here, it will also search my lead database. So I can tell whether this contact has been put in leads already or in the contacts table. Down in the bottom here, it did come up with one account that it thought might be a match, ABI Specialty Group, but ours was ABC Manufacturing, so that is not actually a match. So I'm just going to cancel this screen. Which brings me right back to my Insert Contact / Dialog box. Now I can go ahead and continue on choosing a title. If I have home phone or mobile phone, I can put that in there. In my address fields here, I actually have to click on this little pencil here. When I do click on the pencil, it brings up this dialog box that gives me separate fields for my address. Remember when you're putting in addresses that you want to put in correct capitalization. So if we use our label reports or do mail merges, that this actually comes out correctly. And I'll click on OK there. You'll notice when I put in that address for the contact, it also put it down into the account information. So it helped me out there in filling out that information for me. Right now, down in the bottom left-hand corner, the account manager is set as the administrator. That's who I'm logged in as. And the owner is set to everyone. Now, this owner is going to be very important as you're entering new contacts and accounts, because this decides who can see this record. If you're using teams in your company, the team owner, this would be the people that are allowed to view the record. Right now on this one I have it set as everyone. That means everyone that has access to the database would also have access to this contact, and we'll leave that way. I have it preset here as prospect. I could also choose a subtype. The status is set as active. I can also choose an industry over here on the right hand side. And then if I want to type a description of the business, I could also do that here. Once I've completed this screen, I want to go up here, and I have a couple different save icons. The first one is just plain old save. The second one is save and new. That means I want to save this record and create another contact for the same account. So save and new. The last one is save and clear, which means it would save this contact and account and clear out the entire screen and allow me to start with a new contact and account. So if I had a whole stack of business cards that I was trying to put in at this point, I could use the save and clear. I'm just going to click on save here. And we watch it saving across the top of the screen there. And now it's actually brought me to the contact detail view, where I can continue on here and change fields or add information like the do not solicit over on the right here. Contact type I can fill in if I have other phone numbers I want to fill in. I can also go down to the bottom of the screen and schedule any activities at this point or insert any notes under the Notes tab. I also notice here that if I click on ABC Manufacturing, that will hyperlink me right over to the account screen. And on the account screen, if I click on the Contacts tab here down at the bottom, it shows me that contact, Robert Jones. So, and to move back to that contact, rather than go to the contacts on the left-hand side of the screen, I would use the hyperlink to get right back to the Robert Jones record. So use your hyperlinks on both sides of that to move back and forth between the account and the contact. Now, if I wanted to add additional contacts to that account, I can just go to ABC Manufacturing. Under the Contacts tab, over on the right-hand side there, I have a plus sign, and I could click on that plus sign. You'll see there it brings up my insert screen again. However, this time it already has the account filled in for me, the address fields filled in for me. I can just put in my contact name. I could add the email address and a title. If I have a direct phone number, I could also put that in here. You notice when I put in that phone number, for the extension I just put the letter X and then my extension right after that. So again, in the upper right hand corner then, I want to go ahead and save that contact. And now if I hyperlink back to the account field using ABC Manufacturing hyperlink here, under my Contacts tab, I see that I have 2 contacts listed for ABC Manufacturing. And of course, you can add as many contacts as you want to a company. This webinar has been about creating new contacts and accounts in the SalesLogix web. Notice that we can add multiple contacts to one account and that you can add an account by itself if you don't yet know any contacts there. I want to thank you all for joining me this afternoon and have a great day.